Welcome back everyone to another NRG on the Amstrad CPC. This is Double Dragon, the good version. As you can tell by that rather fantastic tune, which unfortunately, as fantastic as it is the only tune in the game, and it does repeat ad nauseum and gets rather annoying even though it's bloody good. Great title screen there, taken from the arcade, the Double Dragon logo. And this is the second version by Virgin Mastertronic. But the Richard Applin version, same guy that brought us the likes of Shinobi on the Amstrad, after the utter debacle that was the original first version by the Melbourne House developers. So it's again confusing. Same publisher, same design team, well, not design team, but same design house, but a different programming team, and it shows. It really does show. This is a vastly superior version to the game, a really good port of the arcade, keeping faithful to a lot of the original tropes, designs and feel of the arcade. And generally puts in place, generally corrects, more accurately should I say, the atrocities made by the first Melbourne House version. You can find that video elsewhere on the channel. I will leave a link up in the cards at the top and in the description box. So here we go. Let's go and rescue Marion. Yes, off we go. And as you can see straight away, the speed is vast, quick, just like the arcade was, really quick and fast. Collision detection is much better. You can pull the moves off much quicker as well, move around the screen a lot quicker, and the scrolling, when I do get to scrolling, is vastly better. It's smoother, and very smooth indeed, very smooth indeed. There's only really one problem with this version, which we're going to point out later on, and there's a kind of reason for that anyway. It's got this kind of, if you've ever played Shinobi on the Amstrad, the version of Shinobi on the Amstrad, it does, the set out looks very similar with the HUD at the top and the bottom, the energy bar and that kind of stuff. It all looks very similar, very Richard Applin style. But as you can see, the graphics are just, they're fine, good sprite definition. Sprite sizes are good, the way they move, generally the whole size is all compacted down much more accurately to the scale of the arcade, much better. There's none of these big wide open spaces. There's this music playing constantly in the background. There's also much more sound effects going on, different styles of sound effects as well, which is much better than the original. It's probably the best that the Amstrad could have done with this, and you know what, a good return, a very good return. The only thing movement-wise that is not great is the back elbow. Now, fans of the original arcade will know that the back elbow was a very key move. Oh, he's off to get a bloody baseball bat. Here he comes with his baseball bat. Let's kick it out of his hands. Oh, he nearly got me. There you go. Kick that out of your hands, son. Throw you over my shoulder, and I'll have your baseball bat. Thank you very much. Little touches like that, like the big thumb in the corner, just like the arcade. See that scrolling? Far smoother, far fluid, very good. That's what you get if you know someone who can program with the Amstrad properly. You can get decent scrolling like that without the use of hardware. So, these guys are real. The AI is actually very clever as well. AI in a lot of the beat 'em ups on the Amstrad is generally dire at the best of times, but in this, the AI is actually pretty intuitive. They always try the pincer movement on you, get either a fighter, a gangster either side of you. If you continually try the same move over and over again, they'll try the flying kick at a distance. You can get them off guard, by the way. And in the same way that you can trap them by battering them with a weapon every time they get up, they will do the same on you. Look, such as he's doing to me. So if you get caught in this trap, you're going to find yourself dead very quickly, and it can happen. I'm not playing this to the best of my ability, I must admit. I've lost 2 lives already. So I can actually complete this in 1 credit after years of practice. But there is a challenge to it, and it's an enjoyable challenge. Unlike the first version where it's just an absolute nightmarish slog, this is an enjoyable challenge because you feel like you're getting somewhere, you feel like you're progressing at a rate. And here we go. You see, look at a Bobo. Looking like he should. Maybe a bit yellow, but looking like he should. Now what you're probably noticing here is that even though the graphics were wrong on the first version, they were more defined. Less so defined on this. There's a reason. The Double Dragon on the ST was ported to... That version was done first, basically, and then it was ported to the Amiga. And it was also used as a basis for this version on the Amstrad as well. So these are ST drawn graphics, but recoloured and sort of, you know, adjusted for the Amstrad's capabilities. So that's why we have, you know, frame rate and animation frames and that kind of thing. So they haven't quite tweaked the adjustments and colour correctly. The ST has the capability of displaying a lot more colours and obviously use them colours in that palette of these sprites. Oh, I got smacked by a baseball bat there. But that's the only thing that really hasn't been adjusted correctly. So the colours do look a bit messy. They look a little bit off. There's a lot of sort of shades of green going on around certain characters. But that aside, it's fine. That aside, it's perfectly fine. I can forgive it for that, given the fact that it runs so smoothly. It's so quick. It's responsive. It feels like a fighting game. And I've already lost a credit there. Damn. Let's press another credit, fuck it. Let's keep going, sod it. Brutus is red like he should be, good. Good to see him red. Big red angry man. Oh, got him. Oh, and he knocked... I threw the knife at him there, it was great. Great. And the movement of the knife is really good in this. The weapons work well, they work really good actually. Yeah, it's a very, very enjoyable version of the game. Almost enjoyable as as enjoyable as the original arcade. That's how much I love this version of the game. And it was so refreshing to play this after the first Melbourne House Atrocity version, which I had originally on tape, which I thought, oh god, I used to love Double Dragon in the arcades, and this version of the Amstrad is terrible. I was kind of sort of used to bad ports, bad arcade ports at least on the Amstrad at that point, up until the, you know, things like Shinobi, which was fantastic, you know, and Dragon Ninja's pretty good as well. There were a few decent arcade ports, but this is one of the finest. Renegade obviously being one of the best. This is very good, a very, very, very good version of Double Dragon. And he punches so quick. Billy, old Billy here, just Jimmy, Billy, I think it's Billy in the blue, isn't it? Good jumping as well, lots of frames of animation, lots of little nice touches. You can obviously throw people over your shoulder and throw them down into abysses. Nice little loop tune at the end when you complete a level. It's got everything. It's really got everything. So if they sort of just patch that colour maybe, oh, smack there by the knife. Let's just patch that colour a bit and maybe get the back elbow to work. Because like I was saying earlier on, I got cut off halfway. That fans of the original arcade will know that the back elbow, excuse me, the back elbow is like a key move in progress through the game. Not so much in the home versions, but the back elbow on this version doesn't seem to work that well. It's very hit and miss of whether it's actually going to hit or not. So I don't generally use it a lot. And also the back spin kick seems to be missing as well, which is no big deal because in the original, in the Melbourne House version, it was in slow bloody motion anyway. You don't really need it. You don't really need it, and it doesn't detract from the game. You got the headbutt, that's good. You got the flying kick. You got the weapons and the kicks and the throws and everything else in there. It's really, really good. An impressive version. Applin should have done a lot more stuff for the Amstrad. I mean, he did do a lot. He did a lot for the Amiga and the ST too. He was quite adept at programming for the system. And now that the music's getting on a bit now, but we're going to see if we can chuck these guys onto the conveyor belt, which is always a bit of fun. Schmack on the conveyor belt. No, not yet. And this one, yeah, there they go on the conveyor belt. Good old fun. Yeah, I'm going to kick them through that, I think. That guy, and then come the green guys. And there'll be another Abobo come in, I think. There they go. Right, I'm going to do this. Boom, hit you. And I'm going to jump on the conveyor belt. It's him. Yay, there he goes. Ah, oh, nice. Oh, loop. The flying kick collision detection on this version is far, far superior to the original Melbourne House version. It's actually very enjoyable using the flying kicks on this. So a great version, a really good version. It's a shame that most people didn't get to play this version and they got the crap version. It's 1 to 8K only. It's kind of self-explanatory, really, given the quality of it. But a really, really good version. And I'm just going to complete it. There we go. Mission 2 complete. Double Dragon, the good version, on the Amstrad CPC. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you next time. Novabug, out.